safe thing to do is track a new course back up online.
Then what we gonna do? Sit out there like a bunch of goddamn ducks? You and your half-breed son get to walk on out? I'm talking to you.
I was trying to make a joke of the Revenant. I'm the Revenant. Ha! Ha ha. No?
Good.
Still not?
Good.
I prefer to be on the right. Okay, great. So this is the Revenant. Directed by ALEJANDRO González Iñárritu. So this is still Kate Payne. Introduce Bobby the Bucket. Just do it. Have fun.
This is Bobby the Bucket.
Bobby.
We draw questions from Bobby the Bucket, and we're about to answer them.
Yeah, let's do this. Come on.
Bear attack. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Actually.
Fierce as shit. I was like, oh my god, is he really fighting? He's fighting to get that Oscar. He's like, you know what? I'll fight with a bear. I'll fight with a real bear so I can totally get that Oscar. Because he's been waiting for it forever. It's like, where am I gonna get it? Everybody's always never giving me the Oscars. It's like, whatever, you don't have to. Like, in this movie, he did all the shit that he never did over 20 years. To just get the fucking statue. I think it's so funny. How far can you go to get an Oscar? That should be the name of the movie. Not The Revenant. How far can you go to be nominated and win?
Okay, the bear attack. I think it was realistic, which was amazing. Like, that's the thing that Tarantino doesn't do, if we're gonna talk about that. Like, that's violence, but it doesn't have the same power.
It was fierce. It was really, really well done. So we kind of talked about it, DiCaprio Oscar.
Yeah.
Do you support him? Do you support him or not? Come on, say it.
I don't know. These Oscars, they seem so sometimes just political.
Bland. Political and bland.
Yeah, because Leonardo DiCaprio's done some amazing roles. Is this his most amazing role? Who am I to say? Like, maybe it wouldn't be the thing that came to mind, but he deserves an Oscar, and I think he should get
Whatever.
it.
So, yeah, I don't care.
You don't care.
Sorry, I love you, but I don't care. It's like, again, how far can you go to get an Oscar? So I'm a vegetarian, but I'll eat ribs, like out of the ribs. Then I'll open a horse entire intestines and throw it out and sleep in it. I'll be in cold water in very deep, awful conditions on the set.
You think he just really did this movie to
he
get an Oscar?
He did. Come on.
I thought it was a good movie, but
too long.
Too long.
Again,
yeah, I've
been saying that for 2 weeks, but too long. I mean, good. You're nominated. I was expecting when I saw that ALEJANDRO González Iñárritu, The Revenant. He was considered to be in Steve Jobs by Danny Boyle, and he ended up playing The Revenant because I think it was like, okay, in this one I'm super clean. I'm saying Aaron Sorkin's line. And it's based on acting. Scary. This one, I have to be, I don't say that much, but I'm in Canada and it's kind of like dirty set, whatever, and I have to be like really super cold to do this. Like, but I'll get an Oscar because it's hard condition. So he's like, I'll do The Revenant. And then Michael Fassbender ended up doing Steve Jobs and they were both nominated. And I'm actually more supporting Michael Fassbender, and Bryan Cranston. They're my two favorites for Sunday.
DiCaprio
refused Steve Jobs over The Revenant. We've covered that, and I think it's all planned with his manager and his head to be like, I want to be having an Oscar on The Revenant and not playing Steve Jobs.
There you go. I don't know if I disagree. It's bad that I'm saying this, but I just
say it.
I think he probably just took the role and Oscar. Maybe I'm naive.
You are naive. It's fine. I mean, we love you still. You're cute and naive.
Thank you. That's my only selling characteristic.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. No, finish what you were about to say.
That's what I said. I think it was probably a more interesting role to him than Steve Jobs, which,
naive. So Natural Light, the whole movie was made on natural light. At first I didn't know, but I have an amazing friend named Pierre who told me that. And he said, no, this was all done in natural light. There was no actual DP or whatever. I was like, oh fuck, there's so many people who weren't hired to do this. So, fuck, I wanted to work with him. Well, it looks great. I mean, the fact that it's natural light. When I watched it, knowing that, I was like, oh, that's so good to like. But again, I think it was supposed to be done. Yeah, it was supposed to be done on 80 days, and then the weather was shit, so they had to do it over 9 months. 9 months of shooting instead of 80 days. They're like, okay, we're gonna be seeing each other, guys, for another 9 months.
Yeah, I think it shows though. It shows it's beautiful.
The work is great. Like the fact it's natural light, the shots are incredible. People go there, spend so much money to spend their vacation in sets like that, and this movie, you see how painful life is if you don't have a heater. The directing, did you like ALEJANDRO directing?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. I think, I mean, just think about like the beginning, like that action scene, like when all of a sudden that arrow goes through the guy's neck. Yeah. Like you're dying. Like I wanted to see what happened next. Absolutely.
Yeah, another action scene. It was too long. I like how he films. I like how ALEJANDRO films. His directing was, how do you say that? Pretty classic. But his directing was following DiCaprio. Felt like that to me. Following DiCaprio, do all those things. So it was kind of boring. I would have cut 30 minutes out of it to make it more raw and more interesting and like heightened the energy and the tension of the movie and the story.
I agree. I do think, yeah, it was like meandering at times. Like, you know, when DiCaprio's, like 10,000 scenes of DiCaprio's body getting carried, it's like we didn't need all those scenes. Like,
too many of them.
We knew.
Tom Hardy, everywhere at the moment. Tom Hardy.
He really is everywhere.
It's like, we're just gonna give him an Oscar for being in everything. Like, really?
And he wasn't in stuff before either, necessarily.
He was. We just were not. I think he was very simple, very classic. His performance to me was okay. Like, it was good, but like the classic asshole who's just. No,
I loved him. Just heartthrob.
What is wrong with you?
His voice. I felt like his character belonged in that time period.
Anybody else could have done it. Just saying. Sean Penn was considered, and I think he would have done an amazing job as well.
Sean Penn? Old for that.
And what the fuck? Does he look young, Tom Hardy? He doesn't. I think he would have been great. Nothing like outstanding. He got nominated for that role, and he's just being French. The editing, so I was saying, too long.
Editing, yeah, I agree. Too long.
She's like, that's it.
I mean, we talked about it. It's like shots take a long time, and
great.
You get the point.
We get the point, and again, if the movie is shorter, we want to see more, and we're like, no, I'll see it again. Whereas if it's too long, we're like, fuck this, great, let's go get a glass of wine and forget about it. You know what I mean? I don't know why people, or director or filmmakers will make long movies. It's so obnoxious. Cast. Well, again, like, Tom Hardy. I mean, the cast, I would love to see movies like that with fucking new faces. I understand people like movie stars have to work.
I heard
but do
something
they really?
Completely different.
What did you hear?
I heard fucking faces, absolutely.
Fucking face, no.
It's been too long.
We see, right. I would like to see new faces, new upcoming rising talents in movies like that. Because I would actually believe in the story even more. Does that make sense?
Right. We were saying, like, it seems like a lot of the same, like, Oscar-nominated cast.
Tom Hardy, Domhnall Gleeson. I like Will Poulter. We haven't seen it in a long time. But there's a lot of, like, the fact that there's 3 known people, you believe in the realism of the movie, but you're like, yeah, it's still a movie. Because you recognize them and you see, you know what I mean? There's a distance to it. If you have no names, you're like, fuck, this shit is, what the fuck are they? Like, is this real? The 2 more. We have story.
Story.
Did you like the story?
I thought it was engaging. I'm trying to think. You didn't think it was engaging? All right. I thought it was engaging, and I was really invested in Leonardo DiCaprio's character, and yeah, it was a little predictable, I think, with what the characters were doing.
It was so much.
Like, it's not like Fitzgerald was going crazy and being a nice guy all of a sudden. He was always going to be that bad guy.
Yeah. The only different thing that a detail that happened that was changed between the book and the film is that in the book there's no son. So there's no, like, reason for him
That's
I'm
interesting.
teaching you things.
Yeah.
There's no son, so he doesn't go to avenge his son in the book. He goes to avenge the fact that they left him behind.
Okay, yeah. It seems a little more selfish.
Right,
Someone
it's like,
does anything.
You guys forgot me.
Yeah, please.
Fuck you.
I'm like,
It's
kill
like,
you.
really? 2 hours? Then in this film, they're like, we're gonna kill the son, and he's gonna be mad, and he's gonna go, and he's gonna survive, and blah 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 blah, and we know the rest. So I still didn't care. I have no heart. I have no heart.
Wow. So you wanted more story, basically.
Yeah, more. Even like a voiceover, like stuff that would explain more of like DiCaprio's character, Tom Hardy's character, because we see the flashback on him with his wife. You know, like we know what happened before, but is that enough to like care? No. We care-ish about him. We're like, oh, poor you lost your son, you lost everyone, you're alone. But filming conditions, yeah, I heard it was tough shit. Very cold.
Which I think makes probably acting a lot easier if you're actually dying.
So, but do you agree on that though? Is method acting like? So I mean, like
filming conditions. Is that?
Yeah. Is it good that the conditions were shit, so it brings out the best? I don't agree with that. Why? We're still making a film. All of this is fictional, and it's still a job with a crew. Why would the crew and the cast would have to suffer to make this fucking movie? Like, I don't get it. The old productions should think about, you guys are gonna film in Canada, deal with it. No, you have to deal with, the production has to deal with it. Like, bring heaters, bring like stuff to make the crew comfortable. They're gonna be there for 12 hours filming in the cold. Like, I don't get it. Like, all those big productions.
They were actually trying to have the crew suffer, or they just, was it bad planning? I don't really know the background. I think Leonardo DiCaprio, if he can, as a character, be under extreme conditions, that's his choice. But obviously, if I decided to be a lighting designer, then, well, not a lighting designer, that's a bad example. But if I was a boom operator, you know, I enjoy doing that. I don't enjoy suffering. Yeah.
The Revenant. I mean, I'll Revenant next week to talk about more movies, and we'll see who the winners are. And the Oscar goes to, we'll see. Kate Payne was with us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this for us. Kate Payne is a stand-up comedian, like I was saying. Support her, follow her, and see you next week to talk about more movies. And thank you for following us on our YouTube channel.
Woo.
Bye.
Bye.
The proper thing to do would be to finish him off quick.
He's to be cared for as long as necessary.
I understand. Get away! Help!
What happened?
We did what we had to do. He was buried right.
All I had was my boy.